Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that someone just broke into Fort Knox. Except they didn't steal gold, they stole the recipe for making gold. That's essentially what just happened in the AI world, and the entire Western tech establishment is having a collective panic attack. Reuters, yeah, the same Reuters that doesn't do clickbait, just dropped a bombshell. China has built a working prototype of the most advanced chip-making machine on Earth. The same machine the US spent 6 years and billions of dollars trying to keep out of China's hands. It's like watching someone pick a lock that was supposed to be unpickable, while the locksmith watches in horror. Let me paint you a picture of what this means. These machines, called EUV lithography systems, are basically the Iron Man suits of technology. They cost $250 million each. They weigh as much as a blue whale. They require multiple cargo planes just to transport them. And there's only one company on Earth that makes them, a Dutch company called ASML. Think of ASML as the Willy Wonka of chip making, except instead of golden tickets, they hand out machines that print the very brains of AI. And for years, the US has told them, whatever you do not give China a golden ticket. For 6 years, the US built the most sophisticated tech blockade in modern history. Export controls, sanctions, threats. They basically told the world, if you help China get this technology, we will make your life miserable. It was the geopolitical equivalent of putting a do not enter sign on a door and then welding it shut and then building a wall around it and then posting guards. But here's the thing about telling someone they absolutely can't have something, it makes them want it that much more. And China just walked through that wall like the Kool-Aid man. In early 2025, literally a few months ago, they completed a working prototype. It's generating extreme ultraviolet light at the exact wavelength needed to make cutting-edge AI chips. The same light that powers ChatGPT, Claude, every single frontier AI model you've ever used. And get this, the machine fills an entire factory floor. They couldn't replicate ASML's compact, elegant design, so they just made it bigger. It's like someone reverse engineered a smartphone and built a room-sized version that actually works. And here's the kicker. It was built by a team of former ASML engineers, the very people who designed the original machines. China basically recruited the architects of Fort Knox and said, hey, want to build us a new Fort Knox? They offered signing bonuses up to $700,000, more than most people make in a decade. And these engineers brought with them something you can't patent, something you can't steal from a blueprint: institutional knowledge. The kind of expertise that takes 20 years to develop. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but building a prototype is one thing. Actually making chips is another, right? And you're correct. It's like building an engine that runs versus building a car that actually drives. They've got the engine humming, but they still need the transmission, the steering, the brakes. ASML took a decade to go from we can make EUV light to we can manufacture chips at scale. But here's the difference. ASML was pioneering this technology from scratch, stumbling in the dark. China has a working example to reverse engineer, unlimited state funding, and the former ASML engineers leading the charge. They're not inventing, they're copying with a cheat sheet. And this is where it gets terrifying. China is targeting 2028 to produce working chips. That's just 3 years away. The engineers working on it say 2030 is more realistic. That's still 5 years ahead of what every single expert predicted. Remember DeepSeek? The AI model that shocked everyone by matching GPT-4 performance at a fraction of the cost? That was China working with handicapped chips. Now imagine what happens when those handcuffs come off. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you're in a race and your opponent is supposed to be 10 miles behind you. You've got time to pace yourself, maybe grab a water, tie your shoes. Then you look back and they're right there, breathing down your neck. That's the US right now, except the race isn't for a medal. It's for control of the most powerful technology in human history. And here's the terrifying part. Every time we've said China can't do X without us, they've proven us wrong. We said they couldn't make 7-nanometer chips without EUV machines. They did it anyway, using older equipment and clever workarounds. We said they couldn't build competitive AI models without our GPUs. Then DeepSeek dropped. The pattern is clear. Underestimate China at your own peril. They don't give up. They double down, throw unlimited resources at the problem, and move faster than Western intelligence agencies can track. And now they're doing it with the one technology we thought was impossible to replicate. Here's what makes this absolutely wild. In April 2024, 8 months ago, the CEO of ASML publicly stated that China would need many, many years to build this technology. This wasn't some random analyst on Twitter. This was the guy who runs the only company that makes these machines, the guy who knows more about EUV technology than anyone on Earth. He was wrong, spectacularly wrong. Either China's operational security is so good that even ASML had no idea this prototype existed, or China went from non-functional to operational in just a few months. Neither scenario is comforting. It's like finding out your neighbor built a rocket ship in their garage, and you had no idea. So why does this matter? Why should you care about some nerdy chip-making machine? Because chips are the oil of the 21st century. Except oil powers cars. Chips power everything. Your phone, your laptop, self-driving cars, military drones, and most importantly, artificial intelligence. Right now, the US has a chokehold on AI development because we control the chips. It's like owning all the gas stations in the world. If you want to drive, you play by our rules. But if China can make their own chips, that chokehold disappears. Suddenly, they don't need us. They can build their own AI systems, their own supercomputers, their own everything. And here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. What if China's approach to AI is actually more effective than ours? Not morally better, not safer, just faster. Western AI labs are constrained by costs, public scrutiny, safety research, ethical debates. Chinese AI development is constrained by one thing: access to chips. Remove that constraint, and you've got unlimited state funding, top-down coordination, massive data sets with zero privacy restrictions, and researchers who can focus purely on making AI more powerful, not safer. This is the nightmare scenario AI safety researchers have been warning about, a race to AGI where both superpowers are sprinting toward the finish line, and the incentive is to move faster, not safer. Because being second doesn't just mean losing. It means becoming irrelevant. The export controls were supposed to buy us time to develop AI responsibly, time to figure out alignment, time to make sure we don't accidentally build something we can't control. That time just evaporated. So when you see headlines about China building chip machines, understand what's really at stake. This isn't about trade policy or economic competition. This is about who builds the most powerful technology in human history, under what constraints, with what values, and whether anyone has the ability to slow things down if things get dangerous. The race to AGI just got a lot more crowded. The timeline just got a lot shorter. And the assumption that the West could control the pace, that assumption just shattered.